What's up, world? It's Geoff Radcliffe here from Post Launch. With me today is my good friend Alex Perez, a fellow post launcher who's joining us on the webcast for the first time. Alex is a genius when it comes to all things smart and webmasterific. Hope everyone's doing good. We made it again to another Friday. I hope everybody has a great weekend planned. This will be our last broadcast of the year because we've got a holiday and then a party day for the next 2 Fridays. So hope everybody gets enough of us today. We'll talk about some really relevant and trending important topics and make sure that you've got plenty to think about over your holiday break. So when you get back into the swing of things in early 2016, you are more than prepared. Alex, how's your day going?
So far, so good. How are you doing today, Jeff?
Awesome. So Alex Perez is our in-house webmaster here at Post Launch. He is one of the most technical people on our team. Knows thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of little tips and tricks and ways to help grow your web presence online. He is an incredibly valuable asset to our team here because he really focuses on the technical aspect of what we do. The search engine optimization side, the content placement side, what it takes to really get to the top of the rankings in the search engines, as well as being our general technologist. So anytime we have the opportunity to explore something new, poor Alex gets saddled with it and has to do tons and tons of research and then sort of owns it. He does a great job. You've been here. When did you start with us?
I actually started Post Launch early February of 2015. Cool. And I'm going to be making a year very shortly, and I'm excited about it.
Nice. We should get you a sweet sheriff badge or something.
I would love a sash, let me tell you.
So, Alex, tell us a little bit about your background. What did you do before this? What did you know?
So, originally, I started with in the nightlife venues here in Las Vegas market. I pretty much started working over at the Palms Casino Resort. And, those were my stomping grounds. That's where I started learning everything from dining to hotel to casino, and it just pretty much escalated. And actually I actually helped open SLS Las Vegas, which was a very exciting opportunity for me, and I focused in nightlife as well, and I did everything from email, social media, content marketing, and everything in between that came with those channels. So that was actually very exciting opportunities, and it was a very cool ride. And now I'm at Post Launch learning all the technicalities for SEO and just making sure everything's getting cracked out left and right.
It's lifetime learning, right? Like it never, as soon as you learn one thing, there's 10 more things to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a total rabbit hole of...
You come in like, oh man, I totally know this subject, and next thing you're finding out like you don't know it as well as you did, and just learning it, it's actually very cool because now okay, I know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's been pretty cool doing that.
I think it's kind of fun, and that resonates, and that's one of the things that I really like about this business is we constantly have to keep challenging ourselves to be ahead of the curve, because when our clients talk to us, or even potential clients talk to us, they want to know that we know what the hell we're doing and what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
So you also get to do, I remember when Alex interviewed for the position here, you actually told me that you're a Photoshop master.
Oh, yes. I'm a humble brag. Yes, I am.
So Alex does all of our, when we need it, our in-house graphic design work, all of our video editing, all of our advertising creation when we have to create ads for everything that's out there, as well as tracking and analytics on a whole bunch of different stuff. On any given day, how many individual tasks do you say you do?
Wow. Depending on the day, just say on like a regular Monday, I do probably over 50 plus maybe.
Right.
Depending if I need to create collateral or maybe code something, then obviously that might cap out at like around 30. So
hardest working man on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that you see, everything that people are consuming on the internet, when you're going to social media and when you're seeing ads and when you're seeing videos on YouTube and when you're seeing promo stuff and you're seeing everything that happens on the internet, it's directly responsible for this guy right here. He is making the internet 50 tasks a day at a time. Is it fun?
Oh yeah, definitely. One of my favorite things about this is that I get to be very artistic, very creative in a very linear, very smart way. So like I get to be very technical with my art, and that's one of my favorite things that caught my eye with digital.
Right.
And it's actually very cool because you never really get bored out of
Right.
this. Like you're always on your toes and learning. Because Google doesn't update, congratulations, you might have no job because it's just so automated. So you really have to learn to move with the trends.
So one of my concerns about the future of humanity based on this, based on the business that we're both in of digital marketing, is that when the zombie apocalypse happens, we're pretty much pointless, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Are we going to bring anything? Okay. I feel that we should institute some sort of a zombie fighting training program.
Yeah.
So that, or teach us how to rebuild houses or motors or refill shotgun shells or something like that, so that we can actually lend more to the world when shit hits the fan.
Yeah, definitely. That website's gonna launch late this week, so it's already in the book. So
right, because once the zombies are attacking, nobody's gonna need them. Nobody's gonna need to hire a firm to handle their tweets, right?
Definitely not. Oh my god, I just got bitten by a zombie. Hashtag
right. Hashtag
messed
zombie
up
bites.
Thursdays.
Hashtag ow that hurts. Hashtag Trump 2016.
Gotta stay trending. You really have to stay trending.
Right, you gotta stay on top of things. So, speaking of Trump in 2016, this is in the news right now, and I think this is this is interesting when Alex mentioned trending topics and things that are there. So this was, I'm guessing it's part of the Disney marketing machine, but the trending topic is that 30% of Americans support the bombing of Agrabah, where Disney's Aladdin and Jasmine both lived in the city of Agrabah. It's apparently it's apparently one of the cities where we've got some of the issues coming out of the Middle East, but it's interesting. I wonder if this type of pandering, I wonder if this type of campaign will sway public opinion, because how many people are dumb enough to think that this is, the actual real world, and we're like, oh, hang on, we can't build, what was her tiger's name?
Oh man, I don't know.
Tricky one, right?
Yeah.
No. Nala? Who knows? It's irrelevant. But these people are going to see this and be, whoa, hang on. It's a very interesting juxtaposition between fantasy and real life, and surrealism and realism, that people will probably look at this and be like, oh, hang on, we can't bomb Aladdin's hometown. He's he's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
I think people will actually go for it.
Agrabah lives matter. Jeff, they really do.
Agrabarians? How do you think you say it?
I think you were right. You got
Agrabarians.
Agrabarians.
You don't want to discuss it. Regardless. So we're going to kind of jump on in, talk about some things that are new that overlap in Alex's world, which are kind of cool. So YouTube pre-roll is a big one. This is something that we deal with on a regular basis. This is something where people, you see this, you heard the term pre-roll, and this is what happens before you actually watch a video on YouTube. And this is an incredibly important part of digital marketing right now. It's one of the highest converting ad opportunities there are. I'll give you a great for instance. We ran an ad campaign for a client of ours a couple weeks back where we were running, I think we were spending, it was like $15 a day on their YouTube pre-roll, doing some specific targeting so we got the right people. The impressions on the video were over 7,000 for a day. 7,000 people, were aware that the video was there. Out of that 7,000, we had almost 1,500 watch the entire video, consume the entire video, not skip it that 5 seconds. And I'm going to give you some secret sauce in that space. If you're going to create a video for YouTube pre-roll, and again, by pre-roll, this is the ad that shows up before you watch your video. And you can kind of see this stuff. I'll flip over to YouTube here really quick. This is an ad that plays before this thing from Jimmy Kimmel's.
Microsoft Cloud gives our team the power to instantly deliver critical information to people whenever they need it. Here at AccuWeather, we get up to 10 billion data requests every day. The cloud allows us to scale up so we can handle that volume, and we can help keep people safe. And to us, that feels really good.
All right, so that was an ad from Microsoft for their cloud servers, and they used AccuWeather as a case study on who's utilizing their stuff. Those videos convert incredibly well. by all accounts, we can see up to 20% conversion on these videos. Now compare that to other advertising models. Pay-per-click advertising, when you're buying AdWords on Google, your conversion, your click-through conversion, industry standard is 3%. A sale off of that is 1%. When we're talking about social media, when we're running ads in the middle of a Facebook wall or whatnot, those convert at anywhere from 4 to 8% of people actually clicking through. So they can be as double what you get for pay-per-click. But if you're seeing 20% of your audience actually consuming a video that you do on YouTube, that is a really big deal. So this is something that we're encouraging a lot of our clients to really do and really consider, and saying, listen, you absolutely have to have YouTube pre-roll. You have to have these videos. They're not difficult. They don't have to be overproduced. Some sound, a message, some stuff. But the secret sauce for these is get your comments out in those first 5 seconds. Because even the numbers I was talking about, we're spending $15 a day and we're seeing 7,000 people impressed upon by the videos themselves. That only the ones that skip it, the ones that don't do, the ones that skip it at 5 seconds don't pay for it. You don't pay for it. So you're able to get that video seen again and again and again and again. But the thing you want to do is hammer your message out within 5 seconds.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that people need to understand also, which obviously YouTube pre-roll is what makes it even more unique, is that unlike display advertisement and even email marketing,
right.
You really can't skip video. And YouTube is like the second highest rated search engine in the world.
Yep. So
pretty much when you watch a video, it's there. You will see it. People are gonna have eyes, and they're actually gonna have an experience with the video. Unlike display advertising, there's other technologies that actually block those ads.
Right.
And ultimately, YouTube has, YouTube pre-roll creates a very high conversion due to that model itself.
Right. So this is a little bit different than you see advertisements put in the Facebook stream. You see advertised video put in Instagram, advertising video put in Twitter, but you can just scroll right past it.
Yeah, you definitely can.
You're not forced to consume it. And as much as we find it annoying for a business, because we really got to get to those Katy Perry videos as quickly as we can. For a business, it's a super, super effective way to really, really get your message in front of a lot of people and get them to connect with your message. So part of the reason we do this live stream on YouTube is specifically for that. This is an audience. We know that we have followers here. We know that we have people engaged here. A couple weeks ago, Facebook announced that they were going to allow live streaming on their channel. Unfortunately, you got to pay for it. Where YouTube is really about the content. They want to get as much content as they can up on their site to keep people engaged and keep them happy and keep them friendly. But Facebook wants you to pay a bunch up front because I guess they're still figuring out the monetization on that stuff.
Yeah, and that's one of the amazing things with YouTube, because it really focuses on creative content from the users, and it's essentially crowdsourcing.
Right.
So YouTube is going to be hands down supporting everybody to make sure that they're able to have access and really simple way to understand the tool itself to create content.
Perfect. So we're going to jump on. We're going to move on, carry on, and Alex and I will get into this a little bit. This is a fun thing that we like to do on our show, which is where we pick apart someone's website. We like to go through and really review their overall web presence. And this is something that I somehow have gotten my email subscribed to, the privateislandsonline.com. Who wouldn't want to own an island, right? That's fantastic.
Love the idea.
And some of these are pretty reasonable from costing. The one that happens to be on the screen right now isn't that reasonable, but it's sort of an interesting site. But one of the things that's really sort of neat, and this resonated with me the other day, Tony Hsieh, the CEO of Zappos, one of the head people at the Animal Foundation came over to our office to talk about some things we might be able to do with the Animal Foundation. So we have the Animal Foundation in Las Vegas, and they were taking Tony Hsieh on a tour, and he was actually very quiet, they were saying, through the entire process, until he got to one point, and he was doing the math in his head about how many pets were available for adoption. And he jumped right into the point that you've got too many choices. You have too many choices here. You've got 266 dogs for adoption, and they're presented in a way that people are just overwhelmed by the choice.
Correct.
So we look at that, and I thought that really resonated, and it takes, an e-commerce genius like Tony Hsieh to probably pull something like that out, because the folks at the Animal Foundation were like, holy cow. And as a result of his comments, he helped them to sort of reconfigure the layout of their whole system so people aren't overwhelmed by the choices that they go through, which apparently has been pretty helpful. And there's a whole psychology discussion we got into about the best way to display pets for adoption. You need to put, animals at play, multiple animals per cage, so they see them interacting with each other. They get adopted better than one lonely animal sitting there.
Yeah.
The same thing kind of resonates in the grocery space, and I've seen people talk about this in the past. If you're going through and you need to buy some kale, and there's one piece of kale left, you don't buy it. And the buyer psychology is there's something wrong with that kale. Someone would have bought it if it's there. So they actually overstock the shelves in grocery stores to sort of get you to do that. Now, that doesn't always resonate online. And let's jump back into the privateislandsonline.com. When we look at this, there is a whole lot of shit going on this site at one time. And I often talk about this stuff. There's 4 key elements on a site: who we are, what we do, why do business with us, and how to do business with us. I'm going to look at this and sort of pick apart some things that they've got going on. Now, I'm on an email blast for this, so I didn't search for it, but we could go through and explore the search opportunities at some point if we want to. I'm going to look at this site and I'm going to say, hold on, what's the first thing I notice on this site? This picture of an island, right? Your eyes are drawn to it. Well, the very next thing, you're sort of forced to interact with this really deep, red, ugly area that looks negative and looks dated and really kind of unfun, and you can't really navigate. And then you sort of see this, this top-level navigation. It's a big faux pas to be using too much red and black on websites these days. Mm-hmm. We associate it with sinful activities on a psychological level. Things like tattoo parlors, things like porno websites, all use a lot of red and black. The other stuff that we see here, here's a giant ad thrown up top. Explore the media you love: film, music, art, design, games, for music communication, bachelor's degree from Full Sail University. I'm not sure why this ad is even showing up on this site. Now that people are here shopping for islands, they're probably not in the space of looking for online degrees. This is a failure on the part of the individuals responsible for placing this advertisement, going through and saying, listen, the people that are seeing this ad, if they're coming to this page, obviously, so Full Sail University is paying for this ad to be here, because I was researching some stuff on their website not too long ago. But they have to realize that they need to filter out places where it's important to show this and not important to show this. Yeah. And it's kind of lazy advertising, because you can go through and you can use all the pre-made tools and the preset tools to make this happen, but it really does end up wasting money if you're not doing it right. So continuing on, talking about Private Islands Online. Why do business with us is one of the 4 key categories. We don't know. We don't know if this is a real company. We don't know if these guys are actually just stealing your identity. I'm not going to fill out a form on this site. There's no phone number shown. There's no testimonials. There's no 5 stars.
Essentially, there's nothing in the site that will make you build trust with this brand.
Right.
And there's just so many bells and whistles right now that you really don't know what to look at, what you should take priority, essentially, on this site.
Right. So, when you think about it, there's lots and lots of images there. Where do you start? What do you go through? What's the process? I often use the analogy that if you're trying to call attention to everything, you end up calling attention to nothing at all. There's no clear call to action. There's no conversion. What do they want you to do? They want you to browse. They want you to download their private island brochure. They want you to contact a broker. We don't know. They want you to subscribe to their magazine. We don't know. We want you to watch this. Here's another ad, photos and museum quality.
Ad is hidden there. You almost think like, oh, this is a little spammy. I'm kind of tuning out already.
Right. So this site really sort of falls flat. I'm sure in the space they got a lot of people looking and not a lot of people buying. But real estate in general tends to follow this on a lot. They try to show properties. They try to show, here's a house, here's a condo, here's a apartment, here's something that we're going to sell you. A lot of times, the sale for something like this is as important as the person selling it as the end product, because you want a consultant. You want somebody who's going to be helpful with you through that entire process. But this is so far disconnected. There's absolutely no people connected with this brand as of yet.
Correct.
So if I click into About Us, services for island buyers, services for island sellers, advertising, brokerage, appraisals, again, not necessarily helpful. Now I'm 2 clicks in. If I want to be an island buyer, 3 clicks to get the magazine, private island blog. I mean, this goes on and on and on and on. And this site just sort of fails. And so I brought it up specifically because I was just clicking around, doing probably what most people do when they get on this site and looking at islands, saying, wow, can I afford that? That'd be awesome. Can I afford that? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and personally, myself, I'm a big advocate for less is more.
Right.
The simpler the design, the better it is. And, just pretty much hand-holding the customer to where you want them to go. If you want them to start searching for islands, you want them to start looking for prices, then you may want to start definitely with the form and just let them see, like, what can they find, what is available, and then go from there.
Right. And so the cost of an island, if you're paying $3 million, I mean, you might as well spend some money doing it right. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to go through, this is something I look at, and we're going to pull this one up. This was a video online when we talk about content marketing, and we're very much in video mode these days. This is a video online that was posted 2 days ago. Celebrities read mean tweets number 9. I don't know if you guys have seen these. This is posted by Jimmy Kimmel Live. I don't know if anybody watches these. They're generally pretty funny.
Love this.
So we'll play these here, and then we'll talk about the virality of this video.
You need to retire. Okay, I'll retire.
Sean Penn, you rude. Dumb, rude, full of farts. Steady Sean, real-time thinker.
It must be hard for Rich Tyler having a father that was just a giant ball sack. That's amazing. Elizabeth Banks is a whore.
Geoff Radcliffe is one of God's most unattractive creations since the old.
Fathers of the Academy. They look like a load of Tic Tacs throwing gang signs.
When I grow up, I hope I can be as ugly in as many different hairstyles as Jason Schwartzman.
I swear on Crip, if I see Michael B. Jordan, I'm gonna slap that mini feather duster because a mustache off his lip, bro. What's the worst thing that's I'd rather stick a beaver in my anus than sit through a Key and Peele.
Juliana Margulies is one of the finest ugly women I have seen.
Colin Farrell in True Detective looks like he smells like depressed couch farts.
Sarah Brewster is the next Meryl Streep. If Meryl Streep was the worst actress in the world.
Kurt Russell's face is made of aged denim.
Couldn't agree more.
Viola Davis's boobs look like a butt, and I think she thinks her butt boobs are an asset. There, it's not.
I have nasty Terry syndrome. I'm a sarcastic loser with a giant head. I'm happy with my head.
Lake Bell's face is about as beautiful as a worn-out leather boot. Hashtag Thug Mug. Sarah Paulson is annoying when she yells, or cries, or talks, or exists. Bite me. That's how I feel about it. Bite me.
Marijuana works wonders.
All right, so let's talk about that for just a second. Why does that get so many views? 3.5 million views in 2 days.
Ooh, that's a
In your
great
opinion.
question. Well, it's comedy. People love to laugh. So that's one of the biggest things that they got going for them. And just overall, just kind of seeing the artist get a little flustered in their reactions. It's, pretty much YouTube, like, nip at this
Right.
point.
So I agree, and to take it even a step further, I often had people contact me and said, how do I get a video to go viral? And you talk about laughing, but it's really a matter of even deeper than that. It doesn't necessarily have to be laughing. It has to be connecting on an emotional level.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to feel some emotion when they watch that video, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's happy, whether it's shocking, whether it's embarrassing, whatever the case may be, sexy, maddening, all this stuff. So it's really when we talk about the process of content marketing through video, we look for something emotionally driving. Is it funny? Is it sexy? Is it gross? Is it mean? Is it overly nice? Is there something that happens? So we had a video go viral last summer that we put together for our good friends over at the Cleveland Clinic that do an annual Power of Love Gala every single year. Last year, Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli both performed at the gala. It was a fantastic event. Alex and I were both there on the ground. It's hard to believe that it was, 8 months ago?
Time flies.
It went so fast, but it was so much fun, and we got the chance to work with a lot of different people. But the chairman of Keep Memory Alive, which is the fundraising arm for the Cleveland Clinic here in Las Vegas, is a guy named Larry Ruvo, and he funded this specifically because of his own feelings for. He had a parent that he was a caregiver for that when his father went through Alzheimer's, and it was apparently very rough and affected him on an emotional level. So he puts his considerable political clout and finances into promoting research and hopefully to find a cure for Alzheimer's long term. He did a little quick video, 60-second video. We just captured him, and we had 20,000 views in 5 hours, which is fantastic because he's not a celebrity. He's an important guy, and he's talking about an issue that doesn't actually impact that many people, but it was so emotional and heartfelt that people connected with it and saw it again and again and again and again and again. And it was really pretty incredible. For that kind of content marketing, we look at something like that. There was a little bit of money that went into promoting a video like that, but I think we ended up spending $60, and it wasn't even that much. So I mentioned a couple prices in this session that we're talking about here. Promoting stuff on video is really, really inexpensive. You could film yourself with your phone. You could film yourself like we're doing here on a webcam. If you want to go out and spend a couple $100 on a camera, you can create something. But the editing becomes more important than anything, right?
Yeah, definitely. That might take a little longer. You definitely want to get the message right, and add a little music and
calls to action, right?
Yeah, calls to action are definitely important. You want to know what you should do, like after you watch the video. You definitely need to communicate that message.
Right. So we're going to take a look. We're going to have our good friend Alex here talk to us a little bit. So we're always trying to stay ahead of the curve at post-launch. Mm-hmm. What are some of the items? What are some of the things from a search marketing perspective, search engine ranking perspective? What are some of the technical trends that we're planning for in the upcoming year?
In 2016, one of the biggest things is definitely app deep linking. Deep linking is huge. A lot of people interact with apps, and everybody has an app on their phone. And after a while, once you install an app, it kind of becomes dead. So the way to reactivate people into your app is to have your app associated with your website and just kind of marry the content between them with a couple of scripts. And so when you start looking for things, one of the favorite examples was actually food recipes. Pretty much people started looking for recipes on their mobile device, and when they saw the recipe that they had, and if they had the app installed in their phone, it will actually prompt the app and it will come up with the recipe that you were looking for in the app. So that's one of the biggest things. And so
I see that a lot when I get LinkedIn requests.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
They come in via email, and I click the button, and it opens the app.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes everything from email to social to SEO. Mm-hmm. So definitely deep linking is one of the biggest things that is going to be coming up on 2016, and pretty much another one of the biggest things that even this video is associated with is video.
Right.
Video content is definitely starting to be one of the biggest things, one of the bigger focal points for 2016, and you gotta stay on top sometimes. So you should definitely get that YouTube channel activated, start engaging with Facebook and the video venue that they're pretty much starting to come up with.
Right.
So that's definitely one of the biggest things, and of course.
So to that point, back to the app and the deep linking stuff, it is expected that mobile usage in 2016 is that on your list of things to talk about? It's supposed to exceed 90%, right?
Yeah, definitely. Everybody, you know.
That's mobile internet usage. So only 1 in 10 people will be accessing the internet from their computer. That's a big number. That goes back to things that we talk about on a regular basis. Your site has to be fast to load. Your site has to be easy to navigate. What we do, who we are, why do business with, how do we do business with, it has to be so incredibly clear and concise, because most of us are going to be operating at browser speeds that we were used to 20 years ago, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And also you want to make sure that not only do you have the message on your site, but that your site is also fast enough, because if not, when you're looking when you're searching for something, when you're looking for a specific brand per se, Google will actually display a slow tag on your search results saying that result, that landing page is pretty slow and you may want to avoid. So that's definitely one of the things that you do not want on your search engine rankings.
Right. Anything else on your short list for people?
My short list, and pretty much local search. I was reading not too long ago that the search optimization on Google for like local venues has become more and more important. So making sure that you are showing up on Google, that your business is listed properly with the right information is definitely gonna help out.
Right. Perfect.
And it definitely ties in with the holidays, because everybody's doing a little bit of travel here and there.
Right.
And with your mobile, obviously being able to know where you are at, like, it's definitely important to even capture those out-of-town people to your location.
Perfect. So both of those things, those key concepts are not overly difficult. They're just time consuming, right? We need to make sure that
definitely.
You need to make sure that you have an expert. Just like, you're probably not going to work on your own car. If you're a car person, that's fantastic. You're probably not going to do surgery on yourself. You're going to go to a doctor or a hospital.
I hope you do.
Right. You're probably not going to build your own house. You're going to call a carpenter. There's certain things out there that it's best to call the experts for, because we can do this effectively, and we do this all day, every day. I want to talk about content capitalization a little bit, which I'm going to use as a buzzword, which is something that we see when an organization capitalizes on something that is happening in the world right now. So this is a story that came out on the IFL Science website. How long until we can build an R2-D2 and C-3PO? Obviously, Star Wars has been penetrating our psyche as much as possible over the last few months, trying to promote the release of the new Star Wars movie, Force Awakens, which I think opened today, right? December 18th. They said, there's a Thursday opening. I saw in the news that it already generated $55 million from the midnight opening until 7 a.m. this morning, which is great. But this is really pretty cool. This article was written by a robotics instructor at the University of Glasgow, computer science instructor at the University of Glasgow. So this is really kind of neat. This individual, this computer science instructor, found a way to find an article, how long till we can build an R2-D2 and a C-3PO. Find an article to be relevant, but appeal to the fans of Star Wars, but also appeal to the tech nerds. This article, this page has been like 22 million times. This thing, I think, just got published. So, it's a matter of giving this a little bit of time before it starts showing up all over the place. But this is really kind of clever, and I talked to a lot of our own clients about this. Find a trending topic. Is there something that we can talk about that ties into, the one we were looking at earlier, the bombing of Agrabah?
Yeah.
Is there something that is different? Is there something that's relevant? Is there something that's there? And that's when Alex was talking about the creative ways that we have to do our job, it's really an important tool to say, hey, listen, here's something happening, and here's how it relates to your business. And making that mental connection. A lot of people are so close to their own project, they don't realize that they can do stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm a real estate agent right now and Star Wars is the big trending thing, well, guess what? Come see some of my houses that I've got for sale, and I'll give you tickets to the premiere. How easy is that? That thing is, that video is, the movie is expected to be one of the top grossing movies of all time. So people are in super high demand to come see this stuff.
Yeah, and especially if you're a business owner and you're starting to worry about the logistics for like your business,
right?
You sometimes don't have the ability to actually work out these fine details for content marketing for your own website, and sometimes like you don't even have enough time to swap out an image on your homepage,
Right.
which is reasonable.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta just contact the professionals to get those creative juices and touch on those trending topics to really capitalize on what's going on in the world.
Right. And it changes all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
As we get toward the end of our broadcast here, I figured I would do a public service and pull up some of the most popular toys for kids for Christmas. I don't know if you're anything like me, but we've got 5 more days till Christmas? I don't know. 6, 7 more days till Christmas. So if you're looking for some opportunities here, this looks great. Pie face. I hope it actually slaps a kid in the face with a pie. Obviously, Star Wars goodies where you can put together and build your own lightsabers. Elmo is back. For anybody who has kids, and Tickle Me Elmo is the absolute worst toy of all time. It is so annoying that you want to punch yourself in the face. These hover track things, would you ride one of those?
I will definitely try it one of these days. I won't lie, I'm a little afraid that I might just fall flat on my face, but hey, it might be the best 2 seconds of my life.
Did you see that, all the ones that are coming out of China that are catching on fire?
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, Chinese knockoffs for these things that are catching on fire and burning down houses, or people are getting really hurt on them. Mark Cuban from Shark Tank owns the patent on these, apparently, and he's gone, full out, all war, to the point where a lot of social media sites have stopped offering ads for these Chinese ones because he's lawyered the heck up and has taken these on like crazy. More Star Wars crap, more dolls for your daughters that don't have realistic body images. Girl Scout Cookie Deluxe Oven. I don't know, man. This stuff is so contrived. Oh, sweet Guitar Hero.
Can't go wrong with Guitar Hero.
That's funny. I told my wife to get me Guitar Hero last night. So yeah, some good ideas, some stuff up here. I don't know if any of these things. Star Wars Furbaka Furby. Remember Furbies? Wow, they keep recycling the same old toys. So we've talked about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things going on. Again, we'll talk to everyone again next year. If there's anything else, if you want to talk or chat, give us a call anytime at post-launch. It's 702-800-2131. We'll be out for the rest of the year. Any parting thoughts, Alex, that you want to send to everybody?
Pretty much if you want to start jumping on video marketing and get your content out there, we're definitely a phone call away.
702-800-2131 or postlaunch.co. We're here 5 days a week, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., making the internet rock and roll on a regular basis. We've worked with almost every single industry. We've worked with large companies, small companies, startups, individuals. We would very much love for someone to come through our front door and say, make me a celebrity. That's sort of my desired project of the week. If someone says, I want to be famous for the same reason that Paris Hilton or the Kardashians are famous, right? I want to create a vaporware celebrity. So if anybody's at all interested, come visit us and we'll put a program together for you. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a very happy holiday season. And if there's ever anything you need, give us a call.